Sandra had returned to the house where her late mother once lived, a place now owned by her grandmother, who often claimed the spirit of her daughter still lingered in its walls. It was already an emotional visit, but what happened that day left her shaken. She walked into the bedroom her mom used to sleep in, taking in the familiar atmosphere when something startling occurred.
Things that keep happening in my house since my mom passed away. Like, why? I looked underneath the drawer, I looked behind it, there's nothing making it pop out. It seems like it's when I bring up my mom that something happens. Mom? Your cat's fucking weird.
The bottom shelf of a cabinet creaked open entirely on its own, causing Sandra to freeze. Summoning her courage, she gently pushed it closed and asked the word, "Mom," almost as if hoping for a response. Moments later, the shelf opened once again by itself, making it feel like her mother had truly answered. After her first video gained traction, one particular comment stood out. A viewer suggested she check inside the bottom shelf, wondering if maybe it wasn't just a coincidence, but a deliberate sign. Taking their advice, Sandra decided to record again.
Okay, let's do it. I don't know what could be in this drawer. I have my bathing suits and stuff, Halloween shorts that I need to put in the Halloween stuff. Lingerie, phone case, my Magnificent Fizz. My bells are just like, I don't know, clear room or something, I don't know. A lot of junks for my cruise. I went on a cruise last year and I left over ones. Dog's bandana. Bra. What's this? Something my daughter got me. So I do think that this is it. If it is anything, but I'm kind of feeling like this is. I found this note that I'm going to post on top of here from my mom. And then I listen to what this plays.
In the video, she carefully began removing the items from the shelf one by one, showing there were no tricks involved. At the very back, she uncovered a small, dust-covered music box that she instantly recognized as her mother's. With trembling hands, she wound the handle, and to her shock, it began playing the exact melody her mom had written down in a note years earlier. It was a song tied so closely to her mother's memory that it couldn't have been random. Sandra sat there in tears, overwhelmed by the moment, convinced she had just received a direct message from beyond. The discovery only deepened her belief that her mother truly was still watching over her. Miguel had been working as a cleaner for a while, and to him, it was nothing more than a job he couldn't wait to leave behind. The long hours, the late-night shifts, and the way people treated the place without care made it miserable for him. He often said the silence of the building at night was the worst part, since it left him alone with nothing but his thoughts. But one night, that silence was broken by something he could never have expected. He heard the sound of running water echoing from the bathroom, even though nobody else was supposed to be there. Confused and a little unsettled, he went to check it out.
Bueno, voy para adentro. La sangre de Cristo me cura. Hola, hola. Hola. Hola, hola. ¿Estás acá? ¿Dónde estás? Se prenden las luces. ¿Estás jugando con la llave? ¿Ah? ¿Estás jugando con la llave? ¿Ah? Necesito otra prueba. Necesito otra prueba. ¡Ay, marica!
As he entered, the taps began turning on and off by themselves, the hand dryer blasting air without anyone near it, all repeating several times as if mocking his presence. He stood frozen, not sure if he should stay or run, until suddenly the door to one of the stalls slammed shut with incredible force. That was enough for Miguel. He bolted from the bathroom, shaken to his core, convinced his already miserable job had just revealed a far darker side. Pete had been frustrated for weeks, noticing the door to his storage room would creak open at random intervals, but always seemed to stop the moment he tried to film it. It became almost like a routine. He'd hear the sound, grab his phone, run over, and by the time he hit record, the door was already closed again, leaving him with nothing to show. He joked that the spirit must have been camera shy, playing games with him on purpose, but eventually, his persistence paid off.
And like, I can't catch the door opening on camera because every time I pull it out, it don't. Every time I pull my phone out, the door don't open. Oh my god. Oh my god. What was that? What was that? Bro, what the f was that?
This time, the door slowly opened on its own while the camera was rolling, and for just a moment, a shadow could be seen shifting in the darkness behind it. Pete's heart pounded as he rushed forward to check, but when he swung the door wide open, there was nothing there at all. The clip left him shaken and only further convinced that something was truly inhabiting his home. The very next day, Pete thought he could finally put the strange storage room incident behind him, but things only got weirder. His neighbors were out of town, leaving their apartment completely empty. Yet something about it caught his attention from his own window. He decided to grab his phone and start filming.
What the frick is my neighbor doing, bro? I'm right there with that light. That's my neighbors, bro. Oh, hell no, bro. Hell, see, bro, I'm telling you, it's followed me to my house. On my mama, it followed me to my house. She's not here. There is no car in the driveway. I'm literally in the next apartment. Like, I just got home from work, and this is what I see, bro. Yeah, haunted. This shit's haunted. This followed me to my crib. Hell no. She's not here.
Yeah, no. Been doing it all day.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
It's in her kitchen.
Yeah, it's the kitchen. Yeah. And people, bro, I'm telling you, bro, this thing has followed me to my house. I'm literally, I'm right there.
Yeah,
Look, my neighbor's not here. That's my neighbor's driveway. That's mine. This is her apartment, bro. Like, I'm not folding, bro. I'm not going. My father said he's been doing it all day today. And like, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Cabinet's open. This cabinet is always open. Every time I come out here to let the dogs out, it does this, bro. See? Nobody's in there. Nobody's in there. This light right here. It's no shortage because it would have messed our apartment up too. Nobody's in there, bro. I know I'm like just looking at my neighbor's thing, but bro, that's like, I'm telling you, that's trippy. Like, nothing has happened at work all day today, and then all of a sudden this stuff starts to happen? Nah, heck no, because I live right there. Literally, it's just a wall, and I heard, nope.
Through the camera, the lights inside their apartment could be seen flicking on and off in a perfect, almost mechanical rhythm. No randomness, no glitches, just an eerie, deliberate pattern. Pete's voice in the background explained that this wasn't an outage because if it were, his own lights would be flickering too. He stood there baffled, realizing this wasn't something that could be easily dismissed. To him, it was like whatever presence had been toying with him had now crossed over to a new stage, reaching beyond his own home. A few days passed, and things seemed to settle down for Pete, at least until one unsettling night. He was home alone, fast asleep, when he suddenly woke up to strange noises echoing throughout the house. Not knowing what to make of it, he grabbed his phone and got out of bed to investigate.
So I'm home alone, and I'm pretty sure I'm hearing noises, things in that back room. Hello? Please tell me you guys heard that. I'm home alone too. Man, I'm not trying to do this. I don't want to go. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go in here. Oh my... Bro, why is that? Who's here? Hello? Nope.
The noises seemed to surround him, bouncing from room to room, leaving him confused and on edge as he wandered through the house. Then, without warning, a door in another room slammed shut with a force that made him jump. The suddenness of it all left Pete visibly shaken, his breathing quick and unsteady as he whispered to the camera, clearly terrified that the haunting presence had only grown stronger. That same night, after Pete finally forced himself back into bed, the noises started all over again. This time he couldn't ignore them. He grabbed his phone once more and made his way downstairs, walking carefully through the dark, still questioning what exactly was happening in his home.
Where are you? So I'm here at the apartment again. There's no one here and I'm hearing things once again. Hello? What do you want? Where are you? Whoa. Whoa, I heard that. What's your name? What do you want?
In the video, he can be heard asking aloud what its name is, and almost immediately, the LEDs in the room begin flashing on and off, not randomly, but in a repeated sequence, almost like Morse code. Pete stood there frozen, whispering in disbelief, before ending the recording. He later uploaded it, asking viewers to help him figure out whether the lights were actually trying to spell out a name, and encouraged anyone who could translate to leave their thoughts in the comments. Ian, better known online as the Midwest Ghost Hunter, has spent years traveling across his region, diving into abandoned buildings, historic landmarks, and long-rumored haunted places. His passion for the paranormal has led him into countless chilling encounters, and he documents them all for his channel. This time, he set out to investigate an old haunted theater completely on his own, armed only with his camera and a willingness to chase whatever might be inside.
Back here.
Okay, I think I'm going crazy here. I just heard a woman talking. What the f***?
Ma'am? I hear you, but I don't see you. I just want to come say hi. Hello?
Oh my god. No way. That sounded like singing. I literally heard that with my own ears. That was in here. Look, there's nobody.
While exploring the backstage area, after hearing an unusual noise, Ian slowly walked the narrow halls, scanning every corner for movement. That's when a disembodied voice echoed faintly, startling him, but pushing him to continue deeper. A few moments later, soft singing began drifting through the space, eerie and completely out of place in the dead silence of the theater. Ian stood frozen, listening carefully, knowing the building was supposed to be empty. The clip ends there, leaving the mystery unresolved. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video, where Ian returns to uncover what could be behind the voice and the singing. It started as just another quiet night. The woman was relaxing in her house when something caught her eye, a painting on the wall, gently swaying back and forth, without any obvious cause. It wasn't near a vent or window, and nothing else in the room was moving. Curious and a little unsettled, she pulled out her phone and started filming.
I thought I saw the picture move. Oh my god, I did see it move. What was that? Oh my god. Oh, this gave me the chills. Oh man. Okay. That's the pots and pans moving. What is that? Why are the pots and pans moving? Oh my god. Shit.
The painting continued to shift rhythmically, as if nudged by invisible hands. She decided to check the kitchen next, and what she found made her stop in her tracks. The pot and pan rack hanging from the ceiling was swinging steadily, as if recently pushed. Then, as if on cue, something suddenly fell from the tabletop with a loud thud. There was no one else in the house, no tremor, no reason for anything to be moving. Shaken by what she saw and felt, she reviewed the footage and couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Since that night, she's kept her camera close and her lights on, unsure what might happen next. James and Tyler were just out looking for a thrill, exploring an old, supposedly haunted house they'd heard rumors about for years. With their gear, camera ready, they decided to film the whole thing from the moment they stepped inside.
So, let's go in the house. Do we go in the warehouse or the...
Let's go to the regular house.
Alright.
What the hell? Dude, seriously. Whatever happened to this fucking house?
I don't know.
Look at your stairway. What is that?
I think it used to be a garage or something.
No, because the garage was that. It had to be.
Yeah, that's like a warehouse, man.
Look at the roof, it's all fucked up.
Where?
In there, shit, look.
Oh, yeah.
Door. What the? Look at that shit.
Huh?
There's glass. There's an oven. There's an oven door.
Where?
In the middle of the living room.
The roof is off. Holy shit! Dude! Oh my... Go! I could have sworn a person. Dude, there's a person. Holy shit. Yeah, there is. Nick, I'm not... Fuck.
The footage shows the inside of the house in total disrepair. Dust, broken furniture, and rubble scattered across every room. As they move through the chaos, the one holding the camera pans upward, and that's when it happens. A faint, ghostly figure walks silently across the landing above them. It's transparent, slow, and eerily calm. The boys freeze for a moment in disbelief before panic takes over. They bolt out of the house, slipping on the debris as they sprint toward the front door. Outside, they barely catch their breath before vowing never to go back. Whatever that thing was, it was enough to make them stop laughing about ghosts for good. In the following video, a trio consisting of one boy and two girls had been hearing stories for years about their school being haunted. Whispers of strange figures in the halls, books falling on their own, and unexplained noises after dark were passed down from class to class. Curious and determined to get proof, they signed up for chess club just to have a reason to stay late. When everyone finally cleared out, they slipped into the main building with a camera, hoping to find something.
So we're here at Garland High School right now. We're looking for a ghost because apparently a girl died in the cafeteria and we're trying to find her.
She was a big bitch. She was at a dance.
Yeah, and
so they say she's wearing this long, flowy dress. Looks kind of ethereal or something.
Yeah,
ethereal, you know, like ghosty or angel-y.
I don't know, but so we're trying to find something and we don't know what we're trying to find exactly. And so we think she died here obviously because this is where the hell the dance is. And
What the f*** is that? Oh my god.
What was that noise?
Did you see it?
Did you hear that?
Oh my god, help!
What?
Oh my god. What is that?
What?
Did you see it?
As they set off to wander the dim corridors, a ghostly apparition suddenly jumps out from around the entrance to a staircase and vanishes just as quickly. The moment is quick, but terrifying. None of them saw it coming. All three scream, turn, and sprint down the hallway in a panic, their fear echoing louder than their footsteps. They didn't go back for their chessboards. After reviewing the footage at home, their shock turned to silence. It wasn't a shadow or a trick of the light. Someone, or something, had jumped out at them. The school never felt the same after that night, and none of them dared stay late again. A husband and wife were getting ready to put their daughter in bed one night when something nobody expected happened. The time was 9 p.m. and the husband started asking his daughter if she was ready for bed, and the energetic girl denied this, Every single time he asked, she would beg for 5 more minutes, and eventually, the wife left the room to go to bed and left the husband to it. This is what happened.
Hey girlie, you ready to take a nap?
No.
No? 5 more minutes, then we have to go sleep, okay? We're gonna have to turn Peppa Pig off.
No.
I'm sorry, I know.
Out of nowhere, the toy cabinet behind the gate opened and spilled its contents onto the floor in an aggressive manner. Neither the girl or father knew what caused this to happen, but they both ran to tell the mother of the family very quickly. From this point and forwards, the little girl has nightmares about ghosts, and I pray that they end up coming to a halt sooner rather than later. In the following video, a trio consisting of 1 boy and 2 girls had been hearing stories for years about their school being haunted. Whispers of strange figures in the halls, books falling on their own, and unexplained noises after dark were passed down from class to class. Curious and determined to get proof, they signed up for chess club just to have a reason to stay late. When everyone finally cleared out, they slipped into the main building with a camera, hoping to find something.
Like, I swear to God, there's something in my closet. This just keeps making noise. I don't know if y'all, like, heard that or anything, but I swear. I know, like, look. Oh my God. There's, like, no one doing that. That's... What the hell? Do. Oh my God. Okay, I know I'm not crazy. This happened the past 4 nights. Everyone keeps saying I'm crazy. Oh my God.
As they set off to wander the dim corridors, a ghostly apparition suddenly jumps out from around the entrance to a staircase and vanishes just as quickly. The moment is quick, but terrifying. None of them saw it coming. All 3 scream, turn, and sprint down the hallway in a panic, their fear echoing louder than their footsteps. They didn't go back for their chessboards. After reviewing the footage at home, their shock turned to silence. It wasn't a shadow or a trick of the light. Someone, or something, had jumped out at them. The school never felt the same after that night, and none of them dared stay late again. Two little girls were sitting at the dinner table, enjoying their meal, while their mom kept an eye on them from across the room. Everything seemed normal at first, but one of the girls suddenly stopped eating and stared past the camera, her expression turning from confused to terrified.
Finish eating. When I'm done, can we get our fries?
Yeah.
I just... what? Don't scare me.
What?
I'm scared. It's okay.
I just turned off the lights, that's all. What was that?
I'm scared.
What are you doing? Oh, what, Nani? Look at me. What are you scared of? The fish? Oh, the fish died.
What?
Angel's sleeping already. It's raining, girls. Nani, are you almost done eating? Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. But you gotta listen to me. Turn around. Look at me. What's the matter?
She pointed towards something in the corner, insisting she saw something, while her sister laughed and teased her for being scared. But then the girl screamed and bolted into their mom's arms, shaking. The laughter quickly stopped when the second girl looked in the same direction and her smile vanished. Her face twisted in fear as she too ran crying into her mother's arms. But the strange thing is, neither their mom nor the camera caught anything unusual in that direction. Whatever they saw, it wasn't visible to anyone else in the room. After that night, both girls refused to eat in that room again. Angel Martinez was a man with no superstitious beliefs whatsoever, but when he heard about a haunted complex from his brother, he had to investigate. Roughly 2 months ago, his brother was forced to move out of the house because his parents started charging a ridiculous rent, so he went to stay in a small and cheap apartment complex. This was a big move for him, and he was super nervous, and this only enhanced when he realized the place was haunted. He kept informing Angel Martinez of this, and despite having no belief, Angel trusted his brother more than anyone else, so agreed to come and check it out, and he actually found something. Take a look.
Entonces, ¿qué es eso que se escucha? ¿Qué es eso que se escucha? Bueno. Hola, 100 puta. Hola, 100 puta.
For quite some time, nothing happened, and Angel was seriously considering that his brother might have started going crazy. But then, the event took place. A ghostly apparition walked across the second floor of the complex, and it was very obviously not human. You'd expect Angel to become scared and run away after this though, but he didn't. He stayed strong. Next, he decided to walk around the back to the area that used to be a school, and the room there has not been occupied for 15 years. This might just be why.
Mira, estoy grabando esto. Bueno, estoy un poco asustado, pero igual. Mira, esa aula está llevada, pero esa luz quedó encendida cuando se fueron. Ya el colegio tiene mucho abandonado. Mira, la luz se enciende y se apaga cuando yo estoy largo, pero cuando yo me acerco, mira lo que pasa. Ahorita se enciende y se apaga. Ahora mira, ahorita cuando me acerco, mira. Mira, yo sé que puede ser una falla porque está ese cepo parpadeando. Ajá, yo lo entiendo. Pero yo no entiendo por qué cuando yo me acerco, mira, no ha parpadeado ni una vez. Y el aula está enllavada porque así la dejaron los maestros. Ahora mira cuando yo es que ando tartamudo del asustado que estoy. Ahora mira cuando yo me alejo. Mira, ¿ya viste? Mira. Ahora mira cuando me acerco. Mira. Nada. Ahora mira ahorita que es que estoy tartamudeando. Ahora mira ahorita que me aleje. Ahí está. No fregué. No creo que sea un defecto del aula. Mira, se apagó. No creo que sea un defecto del aula, pero lo que voy a hacer es que me voy a encerrar allá donde estoy cuidando. Es que mira, aquí es bien oscuro. A veces hasta esa luz le agarra así. A todas las luces le agarra así. Mira, sigue parpadeando, mira. Mira. Ahora, si yo me acerco rápido, corriendo, para no darle que... Nada, mira. ¡Ah! Ahí está, ahí está, ahí está, ahí está. Ya no se volvió a apagar.
The lights were flickering as if there was some sort of electrical issue, but it was too coincidental that it stopped whenever Angel walked away. This place was haunted as hell, and he could resonate with his brother now and help to convince the wider family. The Paranormies are a group of well-experienced ghost hunters who visit locations and see what they can find. They post their findings onto their YouTube channel so that people like us can see what ghosts are capable of, and it truly is fascinating. In the adventure that I am about to expose you to, they were responding to a scary story of an old friend who may have been part of a homicide in the 1970s. The spooky, abandoned town of Piney is where this took place, and they wanted to investigate the train station first, and weird signs popped up right away.
You can moan for us so we can hear it. You can do it into one of our microphones or into our ear.
Look at this, man. I didn't see over there, but that looks like it's coming down too.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Like where I'm shining, that looks like a TV, the actual tube part of the TV.
Oh yeah.
All around the station, they were finding appliances such as televisions, stoves, and refrigerators, which was really weird, considering the purpose of the building was supposed to be a transport mechanism. The team theorized that it must have been converted to a storage unit, but as I said, this was just a theory. After coming up with this, they continued their train station adventure without much else to think about. This location had been debunked, but not a house in the town. Next, they all went to the closest house in the abandoned town, and what they found there was much weirder.
Silence.
Really?
Like I actually heard like a lot of voices, but like then it just would stop for like 10-20 seconds at a time, and then it would just pick up again, which is super weird. So if it's silent in here right now, it could pick up again any second.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh my god! Was that upstairs? No, that's outside.
Holy f, man, it sounded like a piece of the house just busted off.
What? That might have been it, because look at the roof.
Was that a piece of the house or was that you? Oh man, that freaked me out. My hands are shaking. Holy smokes.
There was something standing here, right?
What's that?
You saw it too?
Yeah.
Something was standing right here.
It looked like something was standing right here.
Oh my god.
But I saw it for like a split second.
A thump was heard by the whole group, and it was almost as if a victim of the homicide was still haunting the town. I will continue this story in a future video on the channel. William Davies was winding down in his bedroom when he heard the soft creak of the door moving. At first, he thought it was just a draft, but then it happened again and again. No windows were open and the heating wasn't on. He grabbed his phone and began filming, thinking it might just be a loose hinge or bad alignment.
Whatever that was. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, just move back a bit then. Oh, not amazing. Get too close to the door.
postman. No way. Holy shit. Makes me wonder. Strange. Definitely has something there. By the clock. What? Definitely hearing things. Whoa. Not possible. Got some pull on it as well.
In the footage, the bedroom door sways all by itself, as if something is actually in contact with it. As William turns the camera to scan the rest of the room, the cabinet door beside his dresser swings open just as deliberately. There's no sound, no sudden gust, nothing visible that could have triggered it. Afterward, William sits down and replays the clip multiple times, watching how precisely everything moved. The timing feels intentional, like something unseen was reacting to him. He checks the hinges, tests the cabinet, even places items inside to see if anything shifts naturally, but everything stays still until the camera comes back out. That night, he leaves the lights on and tries to sleep with one eye open. The fear isn't from what he saw, but from knowing he didn't imagine it. Something in that room moved, and whatever it was, it knew he was watching. In the following video, Matty was home alone when he heard the bells from the front door ringing. This usually meant that somebody had entered the house, but upon checking, nobody was there, so he assumed it was the wind. However, when he started hearing this again later in the night, he was not going to be as foolish. Matty took his camera this time to capture the phenomenon on camera, and this is what he was able to see.
I don't know what's going on with these dogs, bro. They're scared of something. Yo, I'm telling you, bro, that's the second time I heard those bells, bro. The second time. I'm home all the alone, bro. Nobody is home. Nobody. No one is home. Nobody is home. And those bells. What's wrong, Petey? What's wrong? What do you see? You see something? You see something over here? I'm telling you, those bells, I heard them twice. What the f*** is going on? Petey! 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 Petey, what's going on? The TV turned on. The TV turned on. Petey, let's go. Go, Petey. Go. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go out. What the f*** is going on? What the f*** is going on? What the f*** is going. It turned off. It turned off. Lucy, Bentley, let's go. Bentley, get out. Let's go. Tiberius, let's go. Get the f*** out. Get the f*** out. Get the f*** out. Let's go. Tiberius. Lucy. Oh my God. Charlie, let's go. Come on. Come on, who's home? Come on, who's home? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Come on, T. Come on. Lucy.
The chiming bell was definitely not the biggest issue in this house, because from falling objects to a self-activating TV, this place had it all. Experts have no idea why a poltergeist would choose to target Matty, especially considering nobody else, including him, ever noticed something weird inside of the house again. This is one of many big mysteries on this channel that will likely never be solved. The woman in our next clip loved her job as a cleaner at the old church. Every day, she took pride in making the place shine, enjoying the quiet moments among the ancient stone and stained glass windows. But one day, while working late, she suddenly felt an icy chill creeping through the air. Feeling uneasy, she decided to record a video for her friend to show what was happening.
I want to go back there quick.
In the footage, a heavy wooden door slowly moves by itself. She turns around, startled, and screams. After that, she left work early and told her boss she wouldn't be returning. The experience shook her deeply, and the church that once felt like a second home suddenly became a place she wanted to avoid forever. Two kids were messing around in the kitchen one afternoon while their family's Ring doorbell camera picked up everything. They had been watching scary videos earlier and were still hyped up, joking loudly to each other. "I ain't scared of no ghosts." It was all fun and laughter until it wasn't. Just after one of them repeats the line, the door ahead of them slams shut with full force, seemingly out of nowhere. Their faces go from playful to terrified in a heartbeat. They scream, running around in a panic, not knowing whether to open the door or hide. Eventually, they yank it back open and bolt straight through the house, crying as they race down the street to their grandma's place next door. Later that evening, after things calmed down, their parents reviewed the footage. There were no windows open, no fans on, and nothing they could find that would have caused the door to move like that. Everyone agreed it wasn't just wind or coincidence. It felt like a direct response to the kids mocking whatever might be in the house. Since then, they haven't gone back to that kitchen alone, and next time they talk about ghosts, they'll think twice before taunting them. No one in this family ever thought their house was haunted. It was barely 9 years old, and everything about it felt normal, except for one thing. Ever since they were kids, they'd hear the sound of someone digging through their big plastic tub of Lego pieces upstairs. It was the same tub where they used to build bionicles, and the rattling noise it made was loud and unmistakable. But sometimes, that sound would echo through the house when no one was up there.
Dude, I can clearly hear that. Yeah, I hear that I hear that loudly. Dude, that is weird. That's loud. That's loud. Yeah, that's very loud. Go in. Go. What's going on? Shh. What the heck? Dude, there's nothing. Yeah, there's nobody up here. There's literally nothing in here. And look how heavy this is. Yeah. Hang on, there's nothing up here. What the crap? There's nothing in here either, look. I could hear it when we got about halfway down the hallway. Yeah, it stopped. As we got closer.
I just heard once. Like I came out and heard like, shh. That's all I heard.
Yeah, but we heard it when we were sitting there. We were sitting and we heard it. We heard
You heard it start?
Yeah. Yeah, we heard it start and it went for like...
How long ago before you got me?
It probably went for about 10 seconds, 10 or 15
Oh,
seconds.
let's watch it. Let's watch it. You watch it. So you can...
In the recording, you can clearly hear the distinct plastic clatter coming from the closet, like someone sifting through the pieces. The two brothers rush toward it, open the door, and find absolutely nothing. No person, no movement, just an eerie stillness. They figured that was it, just the same weird sound they'd been hearing for years. But when they showed the footage to friends and eventually cast it onto their living room TV, someone caught something that none of them had seen before. In the far back of the closet, a huge bionicle figure they'd built as kids can be seen slowly turning its head right before the clip ends. They raced upstairs to check, and sure enough, the figure was still there. Same pose, same position. The neck joint is stiff, not loose, so it shouldn't have been able to move at all. The family says they've never felt in danger, but ever since that night, none of them go near the closet alone. Kyle Anthony was home alone while his fiancée was out with her sister. At one point, he heard laughter coming from the basement, but it only started the moment he opened the door. The sound was unmistakably like a child laughing, which made him uneasy since he has no kids. He quickly shut the door, still shaken by the strange noise.
Alright, I'm home alone, and I am hearing a little kid laughing in the basement, and I do not have children. This is freaking me out. Yeah, you do hear it too? Go. Move. I'll try to go down there. Oh God, let's see if we hear it. Goodness gracious. Shit. Do you hear that? Oh my God, that's freaky. I don't have children. And I'm home alone. My fiance just went with her sister to the mall. I don't hear it anymore now. Goodness gracious.
In the footage, as Kyle opens the basement door, the laughter begins suddenly and echoes through the house. Later, he opens the door again, but this time nothing happens. The silence makes the moment even more eerie as he stands there, unsure of what to believe. Left unsettled, Kyle is now trying to figure out what's going on in the basement, so feel free to leave him some form of suggestion for his future in the comments. To call the Midwest ghost hunter a regular on this channel would be a severe understatement, because he appears in at least 98% of my videos. This is because he never fails to provide long compilations of ghostly footage from places he visits, and they seem to get more frightening every single time. In today's video, he was in a haunted theater by himself and he wanted to gather evidence that this place was as bad as it seemed. This is what he caught.
All right, well, Reverend Henry Doty Maxson. Here is his office. Let's see if anything happens. Reverend. Are you in here? Are you okay with me visiting? Your office here? That's his old chalkboard right there. And that is his handwriting. They've kept that preserved. That must have been from his last lecture before dying. Father, if you are indeed in here, could you tap on your chalkboard? Make a tapping sound like you're writing on it. I would be amazed if you did that. What the? That sounded like paper being moved. It was on this desk. Like, whoa, you see that? Dude! Look at that! That has to be it. Look at that, it's literally hanging off of the table. Look at all the other ones, they're like straight, and then that one is just completely. Henry, did you just move this piece of paper? I wonder what's on this paper anyway. It's more of his writing. Reverend, if you're sitting at your desk right now, could you move something once more? Use whatever energy you need. You can use it for my camera, my voice recorder, whatever you need. All I wish to do is learn from you. Learn about the afterlife. Whoa, I'm feeling like coldness over here. It's like emanating from this desk. I'm gonna get a reading with this.
Strangely, the Reverend decided to move a piece of paper to the edge, despite it being its own preserved piece of writing. This was likely to scare Ian, the ghost hunter, but if that was the goal, then it was a big fail because he was not going to give up on this investigation. So subscribe for more clips inside of this theater in future videos. Christopher Aron was walking around his daughter's bedroom, just tidying up and making sure everything was in order before bedtime. It was a quiet night, but as he moved through the room, he couldn't shake the strange feeling crawling over him. It was like the air had shifted, or as if he wasn't completely alone. Trusting his instincts, he pulled out his phone and started recording, hoping he was just being overly cautious.
Cat's downstairs. It wasn't her. I guess that's my son. Any other signs? Can you open the other door? Can you open the other oven door? Will you open the other door? Thank you. Now I know you're here. Can I get any other sign? Any other sign at all?
In the footage, the toy oven door slowly creaked open by itself. There's no one near it, no vibrations, no obvious cause. The motion is smooth and unsettling, as if something unseen had deliberately opened it. Christopher stands still for a moment, caught off guard, then lowers the camera with a confused expression. After checking the toy thoroughly and finding nothing wrong, no loose parts or built-in springs, he steps out of the room. He replays the footage a few times in the hallway, growing more uneasy with each watch. It wasn't dramatic, but it felt too intentional to ignore. Something about that quiet, controlled movement gave him chills. He doesn't want to jump to conclusions, but he also can't forget what he saw. Whatever is happening, it's real enough to keep him on edge. Just after midnight, Leandro was lying in bed when he heard strange rustling noises coming from the back room. At first, he thought maybe something had fallen, but the sounds kept going, too sharp, too deliberate. Curious and slightly on edge, he grabbed his phone and walked over to check it out.
1 de julho de 2023. Nunca deixe sua porta aberta, ou isso vai acontecer na sua casa.
Será que é gato que tá aqui? Mexendo nas coisas? Mas não tem ninguém aqui. Ai, caramba. Acho que tem alguém aí. Que isso? Para! Que isso? Quem tá aí? Tranquei. Meu Deus, cara. Mãe.
O que tá acontecendo?
Não sei. Parece que tem alguém aqui.
Nossa, tem que parar de ver esses vídeos aqui. Eu tô com medo já dessas coisas. Não tem ninguém, tem batendo na porta e vem que é.
When he opened the door, the entire room was in disarray. Items were scattered all over the place, as if something had been tearing through it in a frenzy. It reminded him of the way a cat might destroy a room, but the problem was, he didn't have a cat. He stood there in silence for a moment, trying to process what he was seeing, then stepped back out and shut the door. That's when the handle began to rattle violently, like something was trying to get out. Startled, Leandro flung the door open again, but this time, the room was completely still. No movement, no sound, no sign of anyone or anything inside. He checked the back door too, just in case. It was locked, dead-bolted, no way in or out. Now he's even more unsettled than before, knowing whatever it was didn't leave through the door, if it left at all. It was just past midnight when the mother heard her baby moving around through the monitor. At first, it sounded like normal restlessness, but something about it made her uneasy. She grabbed the infant optics camera and tuned in for a better look, just to be sure everything was all right.
Okay. That's not possible. Is that the light? What the fuck is that? What is that? What is it? Look at the way, look! It's lingering. Is it the light outside? Like, what is happening right now? There's no other light. How is this possible? Like, there's no pinhole empty. Like, the curtains, I pulled the curtains closed. You guys, what the fuck is this? And it's not leaving. It's getting near her. Oh my god. Did she just touch it? Where did it go?
On the screen, a strange glowing orb was floating slowly around the crib. It wasn't dust, and it wasn't a reflection. The light had direction, almost like it was exploring. Then it drifted closer to the baby, and just as her child reached out and touched it, the light vanished instantly, as if it had never been there at all. The mother's heart dropped. She rushed into the room but found nothing unusual, just her baby lying calmly in the crib, looking up at her. The whole thing felt surreal. She checked the camera feed again to make sure she hadn't imagined it. The footage was still there, clear as day. Some believe orbs like that are signs of spirits or lingering energy, and if that's true, she's not sure what it wanted with her child. Since that night, she hasn't left the camera off for a single second. Jason and a few of his friends were messing around inside the old county jail, a place long since shut down and barely touched. His dad knew the building manager, so getting access wasn't hard. They weren't ghost hunters, not even close. They were just teenagers filming a parody of those ghost shows, goofing around and pretending to chase spirits. Nothing serious, just laughs. But everything changed when they got back and started editing the footage.
Alright, so we're in the phase of the investigation now where everybody breaks off in their own little areas with, you know, a handy cam, and we're just sort of checking around to see if we can find anything on our own. And hopefully, you know, each one of us finds our own evidence and our own personal stories. Just sort of checking around.
In one of the shots, as Jason walks past a holding cell window, something unnatural comes into view. There's a face, clear as day, right behind the glass. It's not Jason, and it's not his friends, who were all accounted for at the booking desk behind the camera. The cell itself was locked and being used for storage. But in the frame, a man's face is pressed against the glass, like he's screaming in silence. And as Jason's body moves past the window, the face fades away like smoke. They hadn't noticed it while filming, only later. Jason swears that room was empty. He doesn't know who it was, and he doesn't really want to. Whatever they caught in that cell wasn't part of the joke. William Davies had long suspected his house was haunted, but that night he felt something more than just eerie. A cold chill made him uneasy, like something bad was about to happen. Wanting to capture whatever was causing the strange sensations, he set up his camera in the kitchen and started recording.
Shit. The fuck? Can't be normal. I can't take any more of this. Battery's going dead. Fucking piece of shit. What? Makes no fucking sense. Something's there. Something's definitely there. You alright, Benja? You alright? Can you send some? You can send some, can't you? They're there, aren't they? I can see you, just see you in the corner there, dog.
The footage shows the cupboard door opening all by itself. William quickly closes it, but moments later it opens again on its own. He shuts it once more, only to feel a sudden movement behind him. He turns around slowly, his heart pounding, convinced something unseen is right there. The atmosphere in the room feels heavy and filled with a dark presence. William didn't stay to find out more. He decided it was time to call in professional help to figure out exactly what was haunting his home. Whatever was there wasn't going to let him rest easy anytime soon. Wyatt's daughter suddenly started crying in the middle of the night. so he went into her room to check on her and decided to record just in case something unusual was happening.
Days like today are no fun. No fun at all.
Is it real?
Yeah.
Can I get it now?
Stay there. Come on, buddy. Yeah, you can go. All right. It's okay.
The footage shows the basement door rattling heavily on its own. Wyatt walks over and checks behind the door, but finds nothing there. Then the pantry door starts rattling the same way, and he moves back and forth between the two doors, each time finding no explanation for the noises. Feeling unsettled, he chooses to take his daughter back to her room to calm her down. After that night, Wyatt decided it was time to bring in a priest to bless the home, hoping to put an end to whatever restless presence was causing the disturbances, and finally bring some peace to his family. Whether this solution worked or not, I do not know, but all I can do is wish this family all of the luck that I can. A big family was all gathered in the living room, excited because the eldest brother had just come home and they were planning to go to the movies soon. While everyone was getting ready, one of the kids asked for some cereal from the pantry. A week later, out of curiosity, they decided to watch back some footage from that day.
Jody, what are you doing?
Waiting for you. When are we gonna go see the movie?
After we eat, we'll go to the movie. My dad is in town. Mike Webb, say hello.
Hello, say hello.
Hello, and my new mom.
Can I get something to eat?
Yes,
All
go
right.
for it.
Just cereal for now. And eat on the counter.
Jody, you're not feeling good? Oh, no. After the movie, you'll feel fine.
As the camera pans toward the pantry, a shadowy figure can be seen standing just inside, staring right at them. The spirit's presence was unnoticed at the time, but now it is clear something or someone was watching them that whole afternoon. The family is left shaken, but also curious about what else might be lingering in their home. They have started considering calling in a professional to investigate further, hoping to understand if the presence is harmless or something they need to take seriously. For now, they are on high alert, keeping a closer eye on the pantry and the rest of the house. The family kept noticing more strange things happening around the pantry. The main issue was that the pantry would open by itself every night it was closed when they went to sleep, but mysteriously open by morning. The eldest son decided to stay up one night and film it for himself.
Okay, it's 12:34. September 19th. Nothing so far.
In the footage, the pantry door slowly creaks open on its own again, and just as the kid reaches out to close it, a ghostly apparition appears pressed against the glass, its hands clearly visible. Shocked but determined, he quickly opens the pantry door to check if someone or something was really inside, but there was nothing there. The family is now more unsettled than ever and debating whether to bring in a specialist or try to cleanse the house themselves as they try to figure out what the spirit wants and how to safely move forward. Expert John came around to investigate, confident he would quickly prove there was nothing going on. At first, nothing happened, and he started to think the eldest son was just imagining things, but then things took a turn.
Hi, I'm John. It's day 10, 12:03 a.m. Still nothing happening.
Go, go. Dude. Look out, look out, look out. Oh my God. What the? I don't know. That's crazy. Dude. I told you. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Go, go.
In the footage, you can hear slow, heavy breathing coming from behind the pantry door, and soon after, the same ghostly hands appear pressed against the glass again. John reaches out and actually touches them, but before he can react, a sudden face jump scares him on camera. When he opens the door, there's still nothing there. After this intense encounter, the family decided it was time to seriously consider moving out. They just couldn't live with whatever was haunting their pantry and disrupting their lives. The Haunting of CK is an ongoing series of eerie events that have unfolded inside the home of Chloe Campbell and her family. It all began with small, almost dismissible moments. Nothing too loud, nothing too obvious. But one particular clip marked the shift. One afternoon, their young son was sitting in the living room, completely immersed in his iPad. Right in front of him, a toy digger suddenly rolled across the floor on its own, slowly disappearing out of frame. Just seconds later, a balloon from the dining area began to drift the same way, following the same path. The boy never noticed. It was only later, while reviewing the security footage, that Chloe and her husband saw it, and the air instantly felt heavier. They hadn't remembered the balloon being in that room. The toy was turned off, and there was no logical reason for the movement. That clip became their first undeniable sign that something wasn't right. A few nights later, things escalated. Captured again on one of their cameras, the door to their downstairs porch creaked open all by itself in the middle of the night. It paused, just long enough to feel deliberate, before slamming itself shut with force. No one was near it. No windows were open, just a silent room and a door that moved like it had intent. When the family reviewed that footage the next morning, they were left shaken. While they tried to carry on as normal, this moment marked a turning point, and with tensions rising, it's clear the haunting of CK is far from over. The following video was captured by a family called the Hammerly family, and they have actually appeared on my channel before. Over the past month, they have gone through a lot when it comes to the paranormal world, and no regular household could put up with it. Fortunately, these aren't your regular people. One day, the mother and father of the house decided they were going to run a test to gather even more evidence of a paranormal presence, and in order to keep the kids safe from it, they brought them to their grandparents beforehand. This is how the test ended up going down. Take a look.
Alright, TikTok, here's our door. Hinges to the ground. Okay. The handle. Up, behind, and down. Okay, that's everything. Can you close the door?
Can you close the door? Brittany, please?
When the mother encouraged the spirit to work its magic, it unfortunately didn't give her any attention, and this was nothing unusual for their spirit, as it only listened to the man every time. The man was then given the green light to have his attempt at commanding the ghost, and it unsurprisingly listened and closed the door on them. We were showcased the entirety of the door's surrounding area, just to prove that nothing natural made this happen. It was a ghost's act for sure. Magnus always had a weird feeling about his house, but he wanted proof. The creaking floors, cold spots, and that constant sense of being watched weren't enough to convince anyone else, so he decided to film himself sleeping. That night, he set up a camera beside his bed, pointed at the desk, where strange things always seemed to happen.
I want to prove my house is haunted. People don't believe me, so I recorded my room while I was asleep. If you want more evidence, then like and share the video.
Around 3 o'clock in the morning, a glowing orb floated into frame, hovering right in front of the camera before drifting away. Moments later, the whiteboard on his desk began to move, slowly tipping over until it collapsed with a dull thud. Magnus didn't wake up at all, but the next morning, after reviewing the footage, he realized how real it all was and that he might not be safe. So he posted it online, hoping someone out there might know what he was dealing with. Encouraged by the evidence, Magnus set up the camera again, this time in the living room. He left his dog in there overnight, just to see if anything else would happen.
I want to prove my house is haunted. One hour later. My dog does not like to be alone in the house. Try to explain this? She is afraid. We often experience eerie things in our living room. Like and follow for more videos.
About an hour into the recording, something small fell from the tea table without warning, and the dog immediately started squealing, backing into the corner and refusing to calm down. Some say dogs can see what we can't, and Magnus was starting to believe that more than ever. Magnus had started recording around the clock. He didn't need a specific reason anymore. He just knew something would happen. It always did. The presence, whatever it was, had been with him his whole life, moving from place to place like a shadow that never left. One afternoon, he was in the attic sorting through something when he heard a soft but distinct noise behind him.
Want to prove that my house is haunted? I record in my new home around the clock because I have the same feeling here as in my childhood home. I often have nausea, headaches, and stomach aches, and at the same time I freeze a lot. The ghost has followed me all my life. However, it has started to scare me more and more, especially when I live alone. I have scary footage from my first night here. Like, share, and follow to get the message out about ghosts.
He paused, slowly stood up, and reached for the camera resting nearby. As he turned toward the sound, a chill ran through him. One of the drawers across the room had begun to slide open by itself, slow and steady, like someone unseen was rummaging through it. Then, without warning, something heavy clattered to the floor behind him, just out of frame. He spun around, breathing heavy, but the attic was still. Not empty, but still. Magnus didn't say anything. He just kept the camera rolling, heart pounding, knowing this wouldn't be the last time the spirit caused him troubles. Magnus had reached his limit. The constant fear, the sleepless nights, the feeling of never being alone. It had gone on too long. He didn't know exactly what was haunting him, but he was done running from it. That night, he decided to try a ritual he'd read about online. It wasn't anything complex, just a table surrounded by candles, and a few whispered phrases meant to lure whatever was attached to him into revealing itself.
I want to prove that my house is haunted. I had a hope that the lights were blown out in front of me. I could quickly feel discomfort. About 2 minutes later. This made me sleep out that night.
He sat at the table, quiet, watching the flames flicker, hoping the presence would fall for the trap and blow one out. But instead, he heard a sound, soft footsteps maybe, or something brushing against the walls. He stood up slowly and moved off camera, following the noise. A few seconds passed, then suddenly, a few of the paintings behind the table crashed to the ground, the sound sharp and violent in the still room. Magnus didn't rush back in. The footage caught only the empty room, the broken frames, and flickering candlelight. From somewhere off-screen, he could be heard breathing, quietly watching, waiting to see if that was the end of it, or just the beginning. He will likely end up contacting a paranormal investigator. Ortega had always been drawn to the darker corners of the internet, urban legends, ghost stories, places you weren't supposed to visit. So when he heard rumors about an abandoned school hidden miles off the main road, he couldn't resist. Locals said no one who went there stayed long, but Ortega wasn't trying to stay. He just wanted proof. He drove for over an hour down a cracked, overgrown road until the building finally came into view, half swallowed by trees and time.
¿Qué onda, raza? Pues aquí voy rumbo para la escuela del Barrancón, aquí en Huelahuises. Es que vine a investigar yo solo. Ven. Yo solo. Y pues medianoche. Vengo a ver porque vi un video donde pues 5 pelados bien peludos. Sale una voz al principio del video diciendo: me duele mucho. Pero yo no sé qué chingados le duele a un fantasma. La mera neta. Yo no sé qué chingados le duele a un fantasma. Entonces pues yo vengo acá solo para enseñarles de que pues no hay nada. No hay nada. Porque pues como para que estén engañando a la gente, pues como que no. Bueno, entonces le voy a poner pausa. Pues hasta que llegue entonces. Ok, pues ya llegué. Son las 12:38. Ah, sí, no hay nadie. Esta es la escuela que tanto les decía. Ay, voy a escuchar. Y por allá hay una novia. Pero la novia no me voy a meter. Porque soy culo. Y al chile sí tengo un poquito de miedo. Un poquito nomás. Pero esta es la escuela. La escuela San Benito Juárez. 1954. Esta madre. A ver, enfoca bien. Ahí está esta madre. Y aquí hay una. Esta madre no se abre. Ay, güey. Me cagué con eso. Es todo lo que. Mira nomás, esta sí está abierta. Pues ya vieron, güey. Puro pinche pedo, no hay ni madres a la verga. Ay, no mames. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Quién es? ¿Quién es? ¿Qué vergas pregunto, güey? Puta madre. Ay, güey.
Getting inside wasn't easy. Every door was either jammed or chained shut, but after circling the place for roughly 2 minutes, he found an entrance that he could get through. The air inside was thick, still. As he stepped deeper into one of the old classrooms, something shifted. Ortega didn't wait. He turned and bolted, scrambling back through the window, sprinting to his car, without ever looking back. Now, whenever someone brings up ghosts, he just shakes his head and laughs it off. But the way he triple checks locked doors and avoids old buildings says otherwise. The Alchemist Theater is a haunted location in Wisconsin, but Phil Koch had something to say about that. He always believed in the paranormal world, but never bought into this specific place being a part of it, and wanted to disprove his own thoughts. This is why Mr. Koch decided to visit the location with good enough gear to capture evidence and force himself to believe that the Wisconsin Alchemist Theater was, in fact, haunted. This is the evidence that he was able to uncover.
I've been sitting here for a while. Nothing going on. What the hell? Something just moved. Something just moved behind me. Jeez. Something just moved behind me. Jeez. Okay. I don't know. I don't see anything. Have a look here. Holy crap, I don't know if that seat was down. I have no idea. All the seats are up in this theater. This one's down. Huh. Focus. Yeah.
Strangely, the seat behind Phil Koch moved on its own accord, and it was almost as if the spirit had decided to join him in taking a seat. This spooked Phil to the maximum, who investigated the surrounding area of the seat to be certain that nothing caused it, and as expected, there was nothing. One conclusion was drawn from this: the Alchemist Theater was really haunted, and the hunter had to leave before they became the hunted. Phil walked home that night in constant fear that he was being watched, and he couldn't identify why this feeling was overpowering his others. It wasn't as if anybody else was there with him. Fortunately, he was able to make it all the way back home without anything out of the ordinary happening. But that does not mean nothing happened in his own home. He had only been relaxing for 10 minutes when this piece of footage was captured.
So I'm in my bunker. Nobody's home. And Michael and I were talking about how we think the house is haunted again. Things are falling down and weird stuff. So, I'm calling out all ghosts. All ghosts. Is there somebody here? Say something into this little microphone here. My regular recorder isn't working. Go ahead. Say something loud. You know. Jesus! Something loud. You know. Jesus! Oh, crap. That scared the crap out of me. Okay, stuff is falling down. I thought, what the hell fell down? I saw everything fall off the shelf. Okay. Talking to the thing. Jeez, what the hell is... Anything else? I wonder if I'm getting any EVPs. This is why I got out of the ghost hunting business. This kind of stuff just freaks me out. Anybody else want to do anything while I'm here? Mary's gonna be so pissed. Alright. Anything? Don't throw anything at me. You can come to the damn party. I don't care. You're here. Stay. Scare my guests. Just don't scare me. And now I gotta pick this stuff up. Stupid ghosts. Alright. Fine. I gotta watch this and see exactly what happened. Goodbye.
This time around, items inside of Phil's home fell to the ground, and as an experienced man in the field, he knew exactly what had happened. A ghost of some form penetrated the house, and there was one likely conclusion. It must have been the one from the theater. Sometimes spirits have the tendency to attach to people who visit their locations and haunt them for life. I am sure that Phil Koch will find a way to detach it, though. On June the 23rd of 2014, a teenage boy was in his room when he got the sudden urge to start filming. His room had been acting weird recently, with random objects falling from shelves unprompted. It is not what you want to see at all. Anyway, back to the sudden urge to film. The boy gave in and took out his phone to see what he could catch on camera, and he expected the poltergeist to get a tad bit camera shy. But this is the opposite of what actually occurred.
Been hearing noises again. It's happening as usual. See? Daylight this time. Coming from over there. Old PlayStation games fell down. Fuck me. Fucking stupid is this? Oh, I'm sick and tired of doing this. Sorry about the angle. That's what I have to put up with. What's in the move again? Mate, what the f is going on? Fucking stupid. Battery's dying. Fucking battery. Oh my god, it's bad.
Instead of turning shy and not causing anything to happen at all, the ghost started constantly launching CDs to the ground, and it was some scary stuff. The boy fortunately stayed strong and kept putting them back where they belonged, but no matter what he did, they ended up back on the floor. He is currently in talks with his parents trying to make them believe him, so I send him all of the luck that I can possibly offer. Leandro was home alone one night while his mother was out at a party. The house was quiet, but something about the silence felt off. He couldn't shake the sensation that he wasn't really alone, like the air itself had changed. It wasn't fear exactly, it was more like pressure, a weight he couldn't explain. To calm himself, he grabbed his phone and began filming, hoping that recording would make him feel more in control.
Veja o que aconteceu na minha casa, às 3h15 da madrugada.
Cara, faz horas que eu tô ouvindo um barulho aqui, então eu resolvi filmar pra vocês. Não sei, mas parecia que tinha alguém, sei lá, fazendo um barulho, mexendo aqui na varanda de casa. Eu tô sozinho hoje. Minha mãe saiu, foi lá pra minha tia. Hoje eu tô sozinho, então...
Tinha alguma coisa mexendo na chave da
bem
porta.
quando eu tô sozinho. Hã? Oi? A chave tá balançando. Olha só, não para. Gente, olha só, eu vou acender até a luz. Olha isso. Olha só, cara, que sinistro. Ela fica mexendo e não para. Ó, eu vou ficar até longe, ó. Olha lá. Não para de mexer. Olha isso, cara. Eu tô ouvindo um barulho, eu tô achando... Acho que é isso, a chave tava mexendo, não sei. Olha, não para. Ai, credo, velho, que susto. Ai, credo. Nossa, sinistro essas horas, velho. Acho que não tem ninguém acordado essas horas. Só eu, aqui dentro de casa. Eu vou dormir com a luz acesa hoje, quero nem saber. Eu odeio dormir sozinho em casa, odeio. Não, tem motoqueiro na rua ainda. Mas tem uma coisa que eu detesto, é dormir sozinho em casa. Cara, mas que sinistro. Que isso, cara, olha isso. Olha aí, o ventilador. Tá doido, ele tá desligado, tá fora da tomada. Deixa eu acender o... Olha lá. Olha isso. Olha lá. Não, tá de brincadeira comigo, né? Olha aqui. Tá fora da tomada ela. Ah não, velho, na moral mesmo. Tá de brincadeira mesmo, né?
In the footage, some keys start moving all by themselves, jingling in slow, unnatural motions. Leandro opens the door to check behind it, but there's nothing there. Just as he steps back into the sitting room, the orange fan behind the door begins to spin, even though it's clearly unplugged. His voice in the video shakes a little, caught between disbelief and panic. After the clip ends, Leandro puts the phone down and starts walking through the house, checking every corner, but it's the same story. No one's there. He calls his mum to tell her what happened, but she doesn't really know what to say. That night, he didn't sleep much. The clip was real, the fan moved, the keys moved. He's now starting to think whatever's in that house isn't just a presence, it might be aware of him. On a recent video on this channel, we looked into a household with a haunted pantry, and the poor owners had no idea what steps to take to eradicate the spirit from their home. It was a huge, everyday disturbance, and would do strange things such as show itself as an apparition behind the glass door, or physically open it, and they had enough. One day, the father decided to call a ghost hunting agency to come over and try to figure out the spirit's motivations whilst he stayed with his girlfriend. And once they arrived, this is what their camera caught.
Yeah, we just got off the phone with the agent. Okay. Now we're going back to the location to see if anything has changed with the pantry door. It's still closed. Still closed. As you can see, this is the actual. Whether or not I can see something in there is.
Oh my god. I swear it's a movement. I swear it's a movement.
At the door, I thought that was just a reflection.
Upon their first glance into the house, they spotted something behind the pantry, and it immediately confirmed that the house owner was not raising any false alarms. Now all that they needed to do was develop a strategy of how to approach things. After literally 5 minutes of thinking, they managed to conjure one up, and with that solved, they approached the pantry.
Still 12:35. We gotta wait till. What are you going upstairs for? Let's wait. It's 12:35. What are you doing, man? It's 12:35. Dude. Still not a big chance, just in case. She's late. It's from the turn on there. That's okay. Okay, let's go to the house. Yeah. Back it up here. Ready to go. I was just kidding, dude. It's like 12:33. I'm just kidding. We should. Dude, let me hold one, dude.
It's brighter.
Sure, you can keep one on the pantry.
The door is closed, right?
Keep it up. Keep the door open, dude. Keep it open when we go upstairs. Yeah. Is that how it works? Upstairs. No ghost at 12:34. You chilling here? We should meet out the front. Alright. Or do you want to move the Anyone up here?
Chris. Chris, what did you do? Did you open the pantry? Did you just open the pantry? Is it open? I heard the pop.
You want to go check it out?
Let's go check it out.
think the ghost opened the pantry, dude. No food in there, though. No way.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I heard it. I told you. Oh my god.
That's gnarly, dude. Dude, you didn't open it? That's pretty nice.
Oh my god, I fucking told you I heard it. I heard it.
Dude, that's cool. I'm going back in.
Chris, I'm out of here, Mona. Let's go. I'm out of here.
You want to lock it, though?
Did you not hear it? Did you not?
I heard it open, dude. That's pretty gnarly.
For quite some time, it seemed that the group would not be able to antagonize the pantry ghost into doing anything spooky for their entertainment. Sometimes ghosts are intelligent enough to realize that the people present are not victims, rather people preying on its downfall, so they stay a bit low-key. But when the crew all went upstairs, it couldn't resist. The pantry door opened itself obnoxiously loudly, as if the spirit was trying to lure the group back downstairs. If this was its overall goal with this sudden movement, though, it was a success because everybody wanted to make sure this was on camera, and coming down led to even more footage. The spirit had awoken.
a.m. 12:03 a.m.
This was a huge compilation of what the crew were able to capture on that fateful night, and if anyone was in denial of a spiritual presence beforehand, then they should definitely have come to terms with it now. The group are now working with the house owner to come up with possible solutions on how to actually banish the spirit, which is the hard part of the investigation. Make sure to wish them some luck in the comments in case one of them manages to stumble across this video. Regardless, I send my luck. Ian, also known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter, is known for his expeditions to all sorts of haunted places, and the clip that I am about to expose your poor eyes to is from one of these adventures. Ian was visiting a haunted theater all by himself for his YouTube audience, and for quite some time, absolutely nothing happened. Eventually, he stumbled across the largest seating room in the entire complex, though, and this is when he realized somebody or something was in the room alongside him.
Hello? Is there somebody up there? Okay. All right. I gotta go up there. I'm hearing weird noises up there. Hello? Who's up there? If you're up there, could you make another sound? Okay. There's all kinds of weird noises going on up there. So I'm gonna go up there right now and see what's going on. I thought I may have heard somebody up here. Who's up here right now? I know for sure I heard some weird noises up here, and I'm the only one in this building. So, who would be making those noises? That's why I like ghost hunting alone. Because anytime I hear something, I know for sure it's not a person.
A metal clang could be heard when he asked for any sign of presence, and he immediately went up the stairs to check. As expected, nothing was up there, so subscribe to continue this story in the next video. The following video took place in August of 2006. Phil Cook was visiting a house in Milwaukee, Wisconsin that was going through an exorcism and cleansing. He wasn't particularly into ghosts, but he was there to photograph and video the house before the ritual began. As the group was starting the cleansing in the basement, Phil was getting ready to leave and decided to take one last shot of the living room.
Oh, come on. Alright, that wasn't cool.
On camera, a door suddenly opened by itself, opening a crack, whilst it was evident nobody was nearby. After the event, Phil packed up and left immediately, spooked by what he had captured. Though he wasn't normally concerned with the paranormal, the clip left him uneasy, and he avoided returning to the house as the ritual continued. Working security can get kind of spooky. The guard, who hated the job and was only doing it because he was young, had always dreamed of becoming a filmmaker. But for now, this was just a paycheck. The community college he patrolled had a dark reputation with rumors and stories of multiple people having shot themselves in the parking lot. This dark past made the job even creepier.
Spooky if I don't. Yo, did it again. Turn on my flashlight. One night, the bathroom started making strange noises, flushing sounds,
taps turning on and off, so he went in to check. As soon as he stepped inside the actual bathroom, all the sounds stopped. Nobody was there, and nothing seemed out of place. Despite being unsettled, he chose to keep the job rather than complain, chalking it up to faulty sensors and dark lore, while continuing to save for his true dream of filmmaking. Sean had always been skeptical about the strange noises coming from his attic door, and they had been haunting him from day one. His roommate Stephen insisted it was just the wind because Sean left his windows cracked for fresh air, but Sean wasn't so sure. Determined to catch what was happening on tape, he set up a camera on his jeans, aiming it at the attic entrance, turned off the lights, and went to bed.
Okay, everybody, we're in my closet, and I'm going to do the experiment of trying to get this on tape. My attic, it's right there. It always makes noise. It rattles all the time at night. I'm not sure if it's the suction of the wind in the attic or whatever it is, but I'm going to try to get this on film when I'm sleeping. So it is around 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to place camera right up here on my jeans. So I'll try to get this on film. Alrighty. Good night, Facebook. Well, if I can place it up here. There we go.
Around 3 a.m., the camera picked up weird noises coming from the attic, almost like taps. By 4 a.m., the attic door was clattering aggressively, as if something was trying to get out, and an orb even flew past the camera. Sean was left shaken but fascinated, reviewing the footage repeatedly, and now seriously considering getting expert help to figure out what was haunting his attic. Derek had been working the late shift at the bar for years, and while he'd heard his fair share of ghost stories from staff and customers, he never took them seriously. That night, the place was quiet, except for the faint hum of the refrigeration units and the occasional creak from the old wooden beams. He was alone, methodically cleaning glasses and wiping down tables, trying to finish up so he could lock up and head home. Without warning, a stool on the far side of the bar suddenly tipped over and crashed onto the floor with a loud thud. Derek froze, staring at the fallen chair for a few seconds before running away. Just as he was able to make his escape, another set of random objects fell to the ground, as if someone moved them, but there was evidently no visible force. The air outside felt heavier, almost charged, and Derek's chest tightened with unease. The bizarre activity lasted only moments, but it was enough to shake him. From that night on, Derek made sure to finish his work earlier or bring someone along, unwilling to risk being in the building alone after hours again. Josh had stopped at a small restaurant for a quick meal, and after finishing, headed into the bathroom. It was nothing unusual, just a quiet, dimly lit space with the faint sound of the kitchen muffled through the walls. After taking care of business, he washed his hands and was about to leave when a strange feeling crept over him, like someone else was in the room watching. Moments later, the tap on one of the sinks suddenly turned on by itself, the water running for a few seconds before shutting off. Curious and unnerved, Josh pulled out his phone and started filming, scanning the empty bathroom.
Jesus Christ.
For a while, nothing happened. Just the low hum of the ventilation fan and the sound of movement from Josh himself. Then, without warning, the faucet burst to life again, splashing water into the sink before shutting off on its own. That was enough for Josh. He grabbed his things, pushed the door open, and left the bathroom as quickly as he could, deciding he'd rather wait until he got home than risk another encounter like that. This particular doll had a sinister reputation long before it ever ended up in a collector's hands. Said to be from the Second World War, it was once used by a ventriloquist who toured military bases to lift the spirits of soldiers. But according to old records, the performer died suddenly under mysterious circumstances mid-tour, and the doll was never used again. Over the years, it changed owners multiple times, each reporting strange experiences such as unsettling noises at night, whispers in empty rooms, even claims of the doll moving on its own. Eventually, the head was locked in a glass display box for safety, sealed tightly to prevent tampering. As the camera focuses on the display, the doll's eyes, which should be permanently fixed shut, suddenly open wide. At the same moment, the glass door creaks open by itself. Just seconds later, the doll's eyes slide closed again, and the door moves again. Collectors who've seen this footage insist it proves what they've believed all along, that whatever spirit is attached to this doll is still very much alive. Some even warn it should never be taken out of its case again. Ahmed had always been fascinated by the unknown, spending his free time exploring old buildings, cemeteries, and spiritual places just for the thrill of documenting anything unusual. On one of his late-night outings, he found himself inside an abandoned home where the atmosphere felt heavy, almost like the walls themselves were watching. That's when he stumbled upon an old wardrobe tucked into the corner of a bedroom. The air around it felt colder, and the uneasy sensation in his chest told him he needed to record.
¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? Hola. ¿Y la mosca que salió? Hola. Bien. Salió una mosca, miren. Ahí está la mosca. Miren, ahí anda, ahí anda, ahí anda. Aquí había alguien adentro, ¿eh? ¿Estás aquí adentro? ¿Estás aquí adentro? Miren, miren, miren. Hola. Uy, ahí anda la mosca adentro, miren. ¿Dónde estás? Ay, Dios. Ay, Dios.
As the camera locked onto the wardrobe, its doors began to rattle violently, as if something inside was fighting to get out. Then, with a sudden force, one of the doors swung open wide. Eventually, one of the doors slammed shut again, leaving him shaken and speechless. He later admitted that this was the first time he truly questioned whether his hobby had crossed into something dangerous. Still, rather than quit, Ahmed's passion for the paranormal only deepened, and he now believes this wardrobe encounter was a direct sign that the spirits had acknowledged his presence. It was a special night for a family gathered to celebrate their grandmother's 90th birthday. The table was filled with laughter, food, and of course, the glowing cake sitting right in front of her. As everyone gathered around to sing happy birthday, the old woman sat beaming with joy, soaking in the love of her family.
Sople, sople, todavía sopla. Sople. Sople la vela.
Apague la vela.
No, con la boca, con la boca.
But in the middle of the song, the atmosphere shifted. Just behind her chair, a shadow darted past, small and fast, almost like a child running across the room. The family didn't notice in the moment, too caught up in singing, but the footage later revealed what looked unmistakably like a ghostly figure slipping into the background. Some believe it was the spirit of a child joining the celebration, making the birthday far more chilling than anyone expected. Juan Ferrada was having a nice and relaxed night watching television and slowly dozing off to sleep. He was getting closer and closer to rest, and his eyes were slowly closing, so he decided to power off the TV and call it a night. However, it was when he did this that his front door started knocking really aggressively. Out of fear, Juan entered freeze mode and couldn't move, unsure of who could be so demanding of entering his house at this late hour. Eventually, he buckled up the courage to check it out, and it was the last thing he could have possibly expected. Somehow, there was nobody on the other side of the door, and no matter how many times he chose to open and close it, still, no one appeared. It was almost as if the knocking was coming from thin air, which is obviously impossible, so this had to be a spirit. Juan is currently in contact with several ghost hunters who are expertised on the matter, and it is only a matter of time before he gets the help he needs. I wish him all of my luck.